Hmm. Mm. 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 Hello and welcome to today's episode of Cooking with Me in my kitchen space. So from the look of things, recipe ya leo utapenda. You're totally going to fall in love with this recipe. I've not yet figured out what to call it, but I'll figure out before I post. These are the ingredients that we're going to be using for today's recipe. And from this corner, I have some salt. I have cooking oil. This is dark soy sauce. These are chili flakes that I made in a recipe sometime last year, a time like this. These are my sausages. You can use sausages or smokies, whichever you like. This is a heaped teaspoon of tomato paste. For my spices, I have some roiko, curry powder, paprika, some oregano, and lately I've been falling in love with oregano. Anything that requires a kasupu hivi ama a gravy, I have to include oregano. And this is some masala seasoning. I'm using chicken masala because I ran out of beef masala and I've not yet restocked it. Also, here I have some pasta or spaghetti, and these are my vegetables that I'm going to be using in today's recipe. And I have some white onion. This is just a medium small size white onion. I have half a small bell pepper. I have some coriander leaves and coriander stems, and I have 2 garlics, but one is slightly bigger than the other. And in this recipe, I'm going bold in the flavors of garlic. So let's get started. We'll first start by setting aside our spaghetti, and I'm just going to place them on my oven tray. Come in with a clean knife and chop the edges of the smokies or sausages, whichever you're using. I've done 2 similar recipes that include sausages or smoky, so be sure to check them out. I'm going to cut this into thirds. So I have 9 pieces, and this I'm going to set aside so that I can taste them as I continue cooking. Then for the second step, I find this the most time consuming part of this recipe, and you just go in with your spaghetti, alafu unadungilia mashimo hivi, and then unazitolea hii side ingine. So I like putting 2 or 3 in a hole, ndivo I don't dismantle the inner part of the smoky, itoke huku chini. So those are about 12 sticks, and yeah, alafu tunaziweka kando. So you can also decide to slice your pasta into 2, totally fine. This is how they look like. So I'm going to start off by boiling this for roughly about 9 to 11 minutes as stated on the packaging. I'll add a generous amount of salt and a little bit of cooking oil. I'm going to let this start boiling. In the meantime, let's prep our vegetables, and I'll start by dicing my onions. Now that these are almost done, I'm now going to set them aside, lakini sitamwaga hii maji. As you can see, the water is whitish in color. That means it has presence of starch. Now starch can be used as a thickening agent whenever you are cooking. So here I'm going to set it aside and nitaitumia nikipikia. Also hii ingine yenye inabakia unaweza iweka kwa fridge for use some other time. Now that my pan is ready, I'm going to add just a generous amount of cooking oil. Alafu, I'm going to go in with my onions and garlic once my oil is hot enough. So at this point, I'm also going to go in with my dania stems, ndivyo zivanie zote pamoja. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of the pepper. And then it's at this point I'm going to go in with my starch. Also, I forgot to mention that sio lazima uweke nyanya. Nyanya is optional. If at all you do not have the tomato paste, you can use your nyanya, but I would recommend you just buy some tomato paste because of the color. The tomato paste enhances the color. At times I usually add a little bit of salt. Nikitumia tomato paste mingi ndivyo reduce the acidity of the tomato paste, though it's not compulsory, it's optional. So I've added some salt and then I'm going to mix it well. Alafu niongeze my spices and I'm going to start off with my oregano, some paprika. I'm just going to add them all at once. And I'm also going to add some salt, just enough. So you can also notice bado sijaeka hoho, and this is because I want them somehow crunchy. So I'll go in with more starch. All this time I'm waiting for the tomato paste ive, because isipoiva it's going to have that metallic taste, na hiyo haikuangi poa. Hiyo inamaanisha that your tomato paste is not yet ready. At this point it's been about 4 minutes and I've tasted it na zimeiva. So I'm going to go in with my capsicum. Stir kiasi, then I immediately go in with my pasta. This is really good. Oh, look at these. This looks good already, and we can all agree. So, just to enhance the color a little bit, I'm going to go in with my soy sauce. Just a few drops, or as much as you love your soy sauce. My guys, ile utamu iko hapa. Allah, Allah. So since our pasta was ready, and our sausages by the way zilikuwa raw, but since we boiled it, and boiling is one of the methods that you can use to cook your sausages, I'm going to serve it at this point since we do not want to overcook our pasta. The awaited time is here, and it's time to give this a taste test. Oh guy. Oh my goodness. Hii kitu ni tamu walai. Walai, hii kitu ni tamu sana. This is so good. Wow. So that's it for this week's video. As you've seen, this is such an easy meal to prepare, and also let me know kama bei ya spaghetti kwenyu imepanda, because kwetu and also bei ya smoky pia zimepanda. I think it's because of the tax. Tag me in your recreations, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you in my next one. Bye.